There you go, folks. I've now owned my Mustang for 4 months, and I've done 5,000 miles in it, so I thought it was probably time for another review, really, and a bit of an update on my ownership experience with this car, a few of the changes that I've made, and how I'm finding it, really. So yeah, instead of doing it on my scruffy old drive, I've come up to this beautiful castle, which is Chirk Castle, and these gates behind the car are known as the pretty gates, and yeah, you can see they're pretty ornate, so I thought that'd be a nice backdrop instead of a driveway with a garage door on it. So yeah, how am I finding the Mustang? Well, like I say, I've done 5,000 miles nearly, just under. It's had 2 oil changes. It is now lowered on Steeder Sport Linear springs. It's got a BMR lockout kit at the rear. What else have we got? Oh, we've got Steeder front and rear anti-roll bars, adjustable anti-roll bars. So it's it's all been lowered now, and it's I really like the way it's looking. The stance of it is pretty just spot on for me, really. I didn't want it too low, and I wanted the wheels to sort of be shown rather than tucked up inside the arches when they're a little bit too low. Plus, it's not so easy for me to get in and out when they're too low anyway. So I'm happy with that, and to be honest, they've made a significant difference to the ride, and even though they're stiffer springs, the ride is better than with the Ford springs. Yeah, I'm really impressed with it, and the handling is really tightened up. I'm pleased with the handling now. It feels like a sports car, whereas before it felt more of a long distance cruiser, really, but now it actually feels like a sports car. A couple of my friends have driven it, and they all agree, and they say, yeah, it's handling nicely. But visually, as you can see, the biggest change is the wheels. I got these Project 6G wheels fitted last week, with 2 9.5 tyres on the rear and 2 7.5s on the front, and they're 19-inch, so I kept with the standard diameter. But yeah, I really like them. I think they look fantastic on the car, and they've done in this like satin bronze, they call it. So yeah, I think it really suits the car well. Might just have to alter my badges slightly to match, but other than that, I'm really chuffed. I hope other people agree that the wheels look great on it. They fill the arches much nicer as well, and as I say, if I stand back, we're on a bit of a slope there, but you can see the gap around the rear arches. There's still a little bit of a gap there, but it's certainly a lot better than with the standard wheels on, and the standard suspension for that matter. So yeah, that's the most significant change I've made. Had absolutely no problems with the car at all. It has been 100% reliable. We've done some really long trips in it, up and down the country, up into Scotland, and oh man, it is so comfortable to drive. It really is. It's a pleasure to drive. Just sit there, cruise control on the motorway, and yet when you get off the motorway and you get into the twisty stuff, then it's like having 2 cars, really. It's like having a cruiser and an out-and-out sort of sports car, really. Yeah, it's not going to handle as well as something like a Lotus or or a Porsche or something like that, but for what it is, it's pretty good for my level of driving anyway. So yeah, it's more than a match for me. So I say I put a new number plate on it yesterday. It's just a sticky one on the front bumper there, and that's about it, really. So that's my review of an update of the car. I haven't made any other significant changes. Wheels, suspension, that's about it really. That's the main stuff. And I also fitted a GT 350R steering wheel with the red stripe on it as well. Oh, and the other thing I did, I forgot to mention, I altered the exhaust. I found the other one, because I'm using this car for long trips, mostly for long trips. I found that the other exhaust was a bit too noisy and very raspy. It was a Baller, it was a Ford Racing Sports touring exhaust made by Baller, and had an X pipe in it. So I took the X pipe out and I put a Baller resonator in, and it was a straight swap, and I'm much happier now with the sound. Okay, it's not as loud, it's not as sort of in your face, but it's much nicer to drive with that level of noise, and it's still louder than standard, so I'm happy with that. Had the windows tinted, the back window there and the side window, the side quarter window at the back there. Yeah, and that's it really. So there's my review of the car. Am I a happy owner? You bet. I'm really pleased with the car. Probably say it's probably one of the best cars I've ever owned, and I've had a lot of cars, but this one, it's been a complete pleasure to own. It's going in next week for a couple of little warranty jobs, nothing major, just silly little things that I've had to wait for the parts for, but they've phoned me up today to say everything's there, and they're going to do it while I wait next week, so that's good. I say it's only small stuff anyway, so there we go. Hope you enjoyed the review of my Ford Mustang, and I shall endeavour to keep it updated if I make any more changes. I'm considering stripes, so if anyone likes to make any comments regarding stripes or what they think, feel free, let me know. I've got it in my mind to go with bronze, a bronze faded look stripe, 2 stripes straight across the bonnet and across the roof and down the back, but I don't know if it's gonna maybe spoil the look, so I'm gonna think about it before I do anything. But again, you know, feel free to make your own comments and give me some ideas maybe. Okay, thanks for listening guys, and as a happy owner, I'm off home.